plantar flexion. So he's going to try to plantar flex.
You see these right here?
Okay. If you could, sir, could you push your foot down? 5 out of 5. Okay? All right. Inversion. The person's trying to go in, and I'm pushing. Okay. Now you're going to do distal. And then ask them to, first we were at the joint. Now we're at the distal phalanx, the tip of the toe. You're going to place resistance there. Ask the person to flex. All right. Now, extensors. So we're at the top. Dorsal, IPJ. Just what we just did just then. If he wants you to place your hand in a certain way, then place your hand that way. But all you're doing is adding resistance, okay? So, sir, I would like you to extend your toe or pull your toe up for me. There you go. And now we're going to do here. So, sir, could you push your toe up? And you're done on that part.
That's just the flexor longus brevis.
Extensors.
Extensors.
Yeah. Okay. Extensor brevis, IPJ, extensor longus at the distal phalanx. And if you didn't get it, just... Alright, so now your range of motion. When you're doing your range of motion, don't forget that you have to use a stabilizing hand and you have to use your test. Alright, so your hip flexion. Alright, don't forget it's 90 degrees. Normally 90 degrees. But it's 0 to 120 if the leg is flexed, if the knee is flexed. So I'm about to show you how to do that. Alright, so make sure you let them know. Sir, I'm going to touch you right here, and I'm going to lift your leg up, okay? Alright? Okay? If he wants you to make sure that the knee is flexed, could you bend your leg? That's it. You don't have to push too hard. The reason why you don't have to go all the way through range of motion is because you're not doing an actual measurement. You're only going to verbalize what that measurement is if it's not hard. If he asks for it, you don't have to give it to him if he does not. Okay? Alright, the next thing we're going to do is hip extensions. So I want you to lie prone for me. They might not know what prone is. Lie on your stomach. Okay? Alright. Hip extension. All we're going to do is raise the leg up, sir. You just walk in. That's too far. Don't touch right there, please. All right. It happens. I'll tell you the truth. Okay. Never mind. All right. Stabilizing hand here. And if they are uncomfortable, sir or ma'am, do you mind if I put my hand here to lift your leg up? Okay. And you're simply lifting the leg up. And that's it. Sometimes, like you just did, they'll flex your knee a little bit. You can put your hand underneath and raise it like this. Okay. Alright, the next thing you're going to do is turn around. Alright, and with this, people are moving around and doing a lot of stuff. Last year, really short shorts, and they were getting tangled up and yeah, so just kindly ask the patient, could you pull your shorts down for me? Just so everything remains the way it needs to be. Okay? Alright. Hip internal rotation. So your patient is sitting up for this. We're going to slide down. This might be a little too close for comfort, so y'all can.
There you go.
Thank you. When you're doing your hip internal rotation, remember what's going on. You're going to use the word adduction and abduction, okay? So if the hip is going in, then your leg has to go out. So, grabbing here at your knee and at the ankle. And what you're going to do, you're going to push the leg out. You're going to rotate the leg out. Hip is internally rotating. So what are you doing, doctor? Well, I'm going to adduct or abduct the leg, okay? External rotation, you're going to adduct, okay?
So this is internally rotating my leg, so it's flexing my external.
Well, don't use all those words. Okay. Not necessary, because you don't want to confuse yourself. I am going to abduct the leg, internally rotate the hip. Okay? I'm going to adduct the leg, externally rotate the hip. That's all you got to do.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last word.
Hip and legs. Hip and legs. I'm going to abduct the leg, internally rotate the hip. Just use hip and leg. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is abduction and adduction. So you do lay back for me.
Taking a video?
Yeah. Sir. And I want you standing on the other side of the leg. I'm going to grab your leg and push your leg. So you're grabbing the leg, hip, going internal, rotate. Okay? Alright, now when you do your opposite thing, make sure you're on the side where you're using your limb. It's easier to see things. Alright, adduction. We just did our adduction and abduction. Abduction, you grab the leg and you pull out. Don't go out.
No matter what, you always do the same side.
And make sure you let them know what's about to happen. If it's a woman, that can be uncomfortable, so make sure you're going to pull your leg out. Add. When you start to feel resistance and the leg's not going, stop. Alright, the next thing on your list is knee flexion. The patient is home for knee flexion.
Yes.
All you're going to do extension. Sir, I'm going to pull your leg. Okay? The leg is already extended. He will ask you if it's hyperextended. His leg is not hyperextended or his knee is not hyperextended because it's straight across. Okay? If the knee was poking out some back there, then it's hyperextended. Alright. Let me go ahead and keep you this way so I can do the last part. Alright. Now, we're going to skip down from the able dorsiflexion to the STJ dorsiflexion since he's already prone. Okay? Alright. Right here, we're grabbing the heel or the base of the ankle, and you're simply going to invert or evert. So STJ inversion, grab the forefoot, invert. Eversion is the opposite way. Okay? Alright, you can turn around. And don't forget your terms, adduction and abduction. Okay?
Are they going to ask us just to do one, and then we just do it on one side, or do we? If they say to do it, we do it on both sides?
No, you can stick on one side. Just do whatever he prompts you to do. He might say 2 or 3 things for you to do, and you just do those 2 or 3 things wherever you are most comfortable. I would advise you to, if you're doing something, if you're on this side, then use this limb. If it's necessary and he tells you, I would like you to do the STJE version of the right foot, then you just go to the right foot. Alright, and the last part, dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Could you scoot down for me? You're simply going to ask the person to dorsiflex his foot. If they don't know what that is, I would like you to push your foot up for me, sir. Could you push your foot up, please? And you will go ahead and do the motion for them. If you see that the foot is not going up as much, then you can push it a little bit more. But don't do it too much. And sir, could you plantar flex your foot or push your foot down? That's it. Any questions before you guys do it? Yes, no? Don't forget to see me to get this if you need it.
Did anybody else see
In the way.
Greater stroke cancer?
So if you could, push your foot in that way for me. Thank you. And eversion, push against my hand. Thank you. That's it. All right. Advantage. They're already in that position, and we're going to push them out of that position. Okay. So the muscle is already contracted. So could you dorsiflex your foot for me? And I'm pushing.
Don't mistake your anterior tibial.
That's advantage. Already there, I'm pushing against it. Okay. Yes. All right. And so plantar flex. Could you plantar flex your foot, please, and push your foot down? And I'm trying to push against it. And 2, let them know what you're doing. Let them know I'm going to try to push you out of this position, but you stay in it. Because once you do that, they'll do anything. It gets a little weird sometimes. But they don't know what's going on. Okay? So, inversion. So you're already inverted.
Okay, so joint
And I'm pushing you out. And evert, please. And I'm trying to push you out. Okay? And that's it for that part. Alright, the next part we're going to do, I want to go ahead and do your digits as well. And does anybody have a handout of what he gave you in class or what to do? Checklist?
We didn't get anything.
We never got anything.
Oh, okay. Well, wow. Alright, so make sure you see me so you can do this. Okay? Alright. So short flexors. In this part of it, you're dealing with the digits. That's all you're dealing with. You're going to try to make the person do the same thing that we just did. Okay? All right, so short flexors. And this is applying resistance on the lesser IPJ, so here. And all I'm going to ask you to do is to push the pull away. Okay? So, at the tip of the toes, PIPJs. Okay? Plantarly, I'm going to put my fingers here, and then I simply want you to resist, okay? So I'm pushing, and you're resisting.
This is the thing that when you drive,
doing it again, push, resist.
that's the thing that hurts.
That's it.
Is that like a advantage, disadvantage type thing too, or?
It is the same thing, but he's not going to call it that. He's going to tell you, I want you to test the strength of the short flexors or the long flexors or something. That's how he'll mention it. Okay? But you could, if he asks you a number, most likely the person is 5 out of 5. It shouldn't be below 3 out of 5. If they are below 3 out of 5, you'll tell right then and there that there's something wrong. Okay. If he says maybe you should think about that again, it's probably 5 out of 5. Okay. And he'll do that and make you look stupid, like I thought I was right. 5 out of 5. Okay. All right, long flexors. So now what I'm gonna do, DIPJs or PIPs, sorry. And you don't have to be too nitpicky, but you do need to know where your joints are, okay? This will be at the same tip, but furthest tip because it's the distal, okay? So sir, what I want you to do is push again, and he'll tell you where he wants you to put it, or he'll tell you which joints he wants you to do it at. You push. Thank you. Long flexors.
What was the difference between the short flexor and the long flexor?
Long flexor is the joint position. The short, you're at the distal.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
The
sorry, short, you're at the proximal.
No, you're at the distal.
All right, and if you need to feel, then you can feel, but they might be ticklish, so do what you need to do quick. Okay.
So he'll tell us whether we need to be like from the top or the bottom, or how do we know?
He'll say short or long
short
flexors,
you
then
put
you
your
have to know
fingers
from
at the
there
PIP.
where you got to go.
So you do it at the
So
DIP.
that's why I'll give
Okay,
you
but
this,
it's the same
written on
thing.
here.
Yeah, make them push up.
And that way, okay? All right, and so now you want to do your flexor hallucis longus, and simply think of where those muscles are. Well, yeah, you guys have this already. Think of where the muscles are, and you know where to go. Okay. So we're gonna do your flexors, and for you guys just writing it down, your flexor hallucis brevis. FHB. All right, and you're gonna apply resistance plantarly on the first IPJ, and ask the patient to flex. Okay. That's it. Plantarly on the IPJ, and ask the person to flex. So you're gonna push, and that's it. All right.